Afternoon, Cactus people. It's just an update on the leaf cuttings we did a few months ago from the Pachyphytum bracteosum. Some of you may remember we not only put the leaf cuttings on some gravel to just root, all that is pure gravel. We also cut a stem off there which was hanging out quite at an awkward angle. We rerouted this bit that came off the stem, also cut the stem off. I put the stem in on a suggestion from Diana saying, are you going to try and root that bit? And I've just had a little look at it, and it's not looking very well. Worth a go. You never know what would happen unless you try something, but it's got a bit of rot in there, so I won't be keeping that bit. So I'll put that to one side. The other bits, however, have done much better. The leaf cuttings we put in there were no roots at all on these, they were just straight off the plant. Nearly all of them have put out roots now. All I've done is mist these maybe once a week while I was misting the other seedlings, and they've put out nice little root systems on there. So today we'll be putting some of these straight into a tray of, this is grits and leaf mould, that's all it is. I'll be placing a few of these into the tray like so. Won't do them all now, but just out of interest, the cutting we've taken off, I've just taken that out and had a look, and it has got a root system, but it's a very small root system, so I won't disturb it any further. You can see this is the one that had a bit of mouse damage. The mice took a nibble out of each of the leaves. They obviously didn't like it very much, so we'll leave that one be. That will carry on, that'll be fine, that'll grow. Nearly all of these have got roots on them. I think there's one there that hasn't really rooted that well yet. Just out of interest, I left some in the pot that didn't fit into there, and the pot has been outside ever since it warmed up, and two or three of these haven't formed any leaf, any roots at all. The start of a root on that one, I think. Probably because it's been out in the cooler temperatures, and the air temperature this year has been horrendous. It's been far too cold considering it's nearly midsummer. Must be global warming. The only one that's put out any root was the one underneath the plant that was a bit protected, so that one will go with the others and go into the leaf mould. And what's the other thing? Other thing was, this was one that had fallen off the plant last year, and it had formed, tried to form a new plant. It's used up all the nutrient in there, and it didn't actually form any roots on it. So I just showed you this. I'm showing you this as an example of what happens if you leave the plants to get on with it themselves. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes you'll find a little plantlet in the pot, but quite often, if it can't get its roots into something, it doesn't quite know what to do. So I'm going to try rooting that one up, put it into some compost and let it get on. These, I'll put these here as a separate issue. These are just two more that I found on the greenhouse floor of different plants. I'll have to identify which plants these are off. I'll put them in separate pots because they're not the same plant, and that one's actually forming a little plantlet as well as roots. I'm pretty sure I can find out which plants these are off. But that was it for today. I think I should be putting all of these into here and covering up, then we'll come back and we'll see what's happened in another few months. Thank you very much for watching.